Hi friends, so in this video we'll discuss about the Python functions, right? Python function. See, functions are used to write the logics about the application, right? See, in the Java, to write the logics we are using methods. So in the functions are used to write the logics of the application, right? That's it. See, there are two types of functions obviously. One is the user-defined functions, so declared by user-defined functions. The second one is what? Predefined functions. So predefined functions, right? That's it. How many functions we have? Two types, user defined and predefined functions, right? Good. Coming to the user defined and predefined, the functions are used to write what? Logics of the application, right? Good. And declare the function by using def keyword. So def followed by function name. I'm declaring function name m1. So def function name is what? m1, right? m1 of, here you can pass the arguments. Here you can pass any number of arguments and you can write the colon here. You can write what? A colon, right? That's it. So def function name colon, here you can print the data if you want. So print of some braces, you can write the data here, like the print of, write the data here. So like the print the data. Once the function is completed, then you have to call the function by using what? Function name m1 of, right? That's it. Simple word. So declare the function by using which keyword here? Function keyword. Function name is what? m1. So print something just to call the m1. Then sir, you said print something, but I want the function without body. So simply can go for the def m1. If you don't want the body, simply can write what? Pass actually. Pass is nothing but what? Empty body. See, if you are declaring the pass here, it means what? Later we have to write the implementations. Just like abstract classes, right? Abstract class, first of all declare the abstract methods. Abstract method means what? The method without body, right? That is called abstract. So declare the abstract. Here the pass means what? There is no body. Later we have to do the implementations, right? That's it. Okay, clear? Finally we decided declare the function by using which keyword? Def keyword m1 colon print the data, call the function. Okay, the variables which are declared inside the function. So inside the function, if you declare the variable here, so here this is second case, you can write one more case here. So def is what? So colon, inside the function, if you declare the variable name equal to within the double quotes Ratan, the variables which are declared inside the function, these are called which variables here? These are called which variables? Local variables, right? That's it. Okay, clear? This is called function declaration. If you don't want anybody, simply can write the pass. The variables which are declared inside the function is called which variable here? Which variable here? Local variable, right? That's it. These all are talking about the user defined functions. Predefined function means what? The string class contains some methods like functions, list contains functions, set contains functions. Those are called what? Predefined functions. These are called what? User defined functions, right? That's it. I hope clear, right? Good. The next one here, these are called user defined function and predefined functions. Good. Now we'll think about the inner functions. What do you mean inner function here? Declaring the function inside another function is called inner function. See, C language supports inner function, Python supports inner function, but Java is not supporting inner function. Declaring the function inside another function is called what? Inner function, right? Good. So let me declare the inner function here. How to declare the function? By using which keyword? Def keyword, right? Def function name. So here I'm writing this is my just outer of colon here, right? That's it. Outer of colon, this is called outer function. The outer function contains one variable name 1 equal to within the double quotes Ratan. This is called outer function code. Inside the outer function def inner. Then sir, how to say this is outer, this is inner? Indentation. This is the, like you can say what? Format. Okay. Here I am starting the function here. This is called outer. Inside the outer you can declare def, right? This is called what? Inner. Okay. Good. In the inner, I'm declaring one more variable, name2 variable. Name2 is what? Anu, right? Anu. That's it. Inside inner function, we can access outer function variables. Inside the inner function, we can access what? Outer function variable, right? Simply here you can print name1 plus what? Name1 plus name2. See, both are string type only, right? I said in Python we can combine only similar type of data. Then sir, I want to combine integer data and string data, not possible. Float data and string data, not possible. So two different types of data combination is allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. But we can add integer and float. Why? Integer and float is comes on which part? Number part, right? We can add both, no problem. Okay, that's it. But the conclusion finally, declare the function inside another function is called what? Inner function. Here name to Yano, I'm reading board data. Then here simply I would like to call inner. So simply can call the inner of. This is called what? Calling inner, right? Yes or no here? This is called what? Simply calling inner. I would like to call the outer function. Simply can go for the outer. This is called what? Hey, has nothing but what? Comments in Python, right? I hope that check the previous videos. Calling what? Outer, right? That's it. Clear? That's all about what? Your inner functions and what? Outer functions. So declaring the function inside another function is called which function here? Inner functions, right? That's it. See the next one here, we have the non-local variable, non-local keyword to represent the outer function variable. That one I'll write here. So simply how to declare the function, tell me by using which keyword? Def keyword. Def simply can write outer. Def outer colon. Here I am declaring a equal 10. A is which variable? Obviously outer function variable, right? Inside the outer function I have declared the inner function. Def simply can go to the inner function, right? Colon. Inside the inner function I am declaring a equal 100. Then what happened here? This a will become what? Local to the inner. This a will become what? Local to the outer. But what is my requirement here? Inside the inner I want to represent the outer class inside the inner function I want to represent the outer function variable. Inside the inner function, to represent the outer function variable, we have to go for the keyword non-local keyword, non-local of a. Non-local of a means what? This is which variable here? Outer function variable. Inside the inner function, to represent the outer function variable, we have to use which keyword here? Non-local keyword. Non-local a here, simply can go for the print, if print a value. See, print a value means obviously which value is printed? Good. Non-local a can please assign some value here 100. Now what is the output here? 100 will be assigned, right? That's it. Simply let me call the inner. This is called what? Inner calling. This is called inner function calling, right? Good. Can please call the outer function here? Outer of. This is called what? Simply can say outer calling, right? That's it. See, I will do the practicals clearly. Can please check the practical video main. Hey, general, you guys, you are checking the variables videos, right? Variables, I hope 9 out of 100 members, 50 members are checking the first video. What about Python practicals video? See, your practicals important or theoretical important? Practicals, right? So once you are starting the video means we have to check everything. Otherwise, don't start the video. Variables, we done 2-3 parts are the variables. It means what? We have to check everything. Then you will get the complete idea regarding what is a variable. In the same way, functions also, we have to focus on complete video. When I start the practicals, take your laptop, do the practicals along with me. Okay, that's it. This is called clear. Inside the inner function, to represent the outer function variable, we have to use which keyword here? Non-local keyword. Non-local a equal 100, print a equal 100, outer function a equal, right? That's it. That is called which one here? Inner functions, right? Declaring the function inside the another function is called what? Inner function. Okay, clear? What the first point I said? Declare the function by using which keyword? Def keyword. Write some function, write some body, call the function. Number 2, if you don't want any body, simply can go to pass. Pass means what? Don't write, no need to write any code in that place. Okay. Number 3 is what? Declaring the function inside another function is called inner function. Okay, that's it. Number 4, we can think about the arguments. So functions are taking arguments also, right? The functions are taking arguments means then how to pass the argument, now we'll discuss. See, to pass the arguments, generally we have the 4 ways to pass the arguments. One is the default argument method. Default argument method. How many ways are there to pass the argument here? 4 ways are there. Default argument. Next one is what? Required argument. Required argument. Number 3 is what? Default, required. Next one, number 3 is what? Keyword argument. Number 4 is what? Variable argument. Variable argument. See, arguments, how many ways are there you can pass here? 4 ways are there. What are the 4 ways here? Default argument, required argument, keyword argument, and what? Variable argument, right? That's it. These are the 4 ways how to pass the argument to the function. Okay. See, before going to the arguments, let me focus on return type. Once the return type is done, then we will focus on what? Arguments, right? Good. How to do the return type in the Python means, see, function return value is anyhow optional. If you no need to return any value. If you return the value also, no problem. Okay. In C, C++ languages, Java, generally you have the return type integer means you have to return the integer, float means you have to return the float, double means you have to return the double. But that convention is not in Python. We can return any type of value. We can return what? Any type of value. Python is dynamically typed, right? If you return the 111, that will become integer. If you return the 10.5, that is float. If you return the double quotes Ratan means string data. Right? That's it. See, it finally can say what? We can return any type of value, right? Now function you can return types. So how do you declare the function by using which keyword? Def keyword. Def m1 function. Okay, colon. So here some print Ratan, print something, print Ratan. Here I want return the value. To return the value, simply can go for return statement. Return I want return the 10. That's it. How to return the value by using which keyword? Return keyword, right? Return 10. Then I would like to call m1 function, right? m1 of m1 what it returns? 10 value. Simply store the x variable. To print the x variable, simply can go for the print x, right? That's it. Now what is the value of the x here? 10, right? That's it. See, if we return here 10.5, now what is the x value? Float value. If you return the Ratan means within the double quotes I return what? Ratan. That will become which value? String value. Which value we return, that value will be stored. Okay, that is called what? A function return value. Don't think Ratans are here return value integer, float, string, how to reprint. That is not there in Python actually. Right? That's it. See, Ratans are here I am not writing any return statement. See, here we are returning any value? No, right? If you are not returning any value, you are not return any value here, but m1 method. In m1 method you are trying to store the x value. You are trying to store which value here? X value, right? If you are trying to store the x value, then by default it will store the none actually. The default return value for the function is none actually. Here what is output in this case? In this case the function data will be none. Okay? We clear? That's it. See, functions return type is optional. If you want, you can return any value. If you are not returning anything, if you are trying to hold the value, if you are trying to print the value, then by default which value it will be stored here? Which value it will store here? By default it stores none, right? That's it. So that's all about the Python functions. What the first point tell me here? Mainly declare the function by using which keyword? Def keyword. We can write some data, can please call the function. Point number 2, if you don't want to write any data, simply can write a pass. Pass represents what? Empty data. Number 3, declare the function inside another function is called inner functions. Which functions say? Inner functions. Number 4, return value. If you are not returning anything, you can return that value. If you are not returning anything, by default it stores which data? None. Number 5, arguments. What is the argument here? Arguments you can pass in how many ways? 4 ways. What are the 4 ways? Default argument. Tell me, default argument. Tell me, default argument and what? Default argument, required argument, keyword argument, variable argument, right? These are the 5 points you have to focus. Right? Now we will focus on what? These arguments types. Total how many arguments types we have? 4. What are the 4 here? Default, required, keyword and variable argument, right? Good. I will give all the 4 points. After the 4 points, then I will give the practical section, right? That's it. Coming to what the first one here, the first one is the default argument, right? See, in the board while explaining the theory, I will give one example, just basic points. While doing the practicals, I will give more. Sir, no yaar. In front of the video, don't sit ideal. take the pen and paper, write something. Try to get the clarity. Yes or no, yaar? Every video I'm repeating the same point. Okay, so what is the point here? Take the pen and paper, write the points. While doing the practicals, take your lab to do the practicals along with me. That's it. See, checking the videos, we are not getting anything. You have to do the practice. That's it. Okay, first one is what? Default argument function. The default argument function, you can check it. Declare the function by using which keyword? Def keyword. Def, I have the disp function. The disp function, I want to assign EID equal 111. Just I want to assign ename equal to Ratan. Ename equal to what? Ratan, right? That's it. Okay, so inside the function colon, just to print the data. Print, tell me EID. Print EID. Next one is what? Simply can go for the print ename, right? Good. But writing okay, right? Okay, how to adjust? Good. Feeling important. Writing is not important, right? Good. Print EID, print ename, right? That's it. Simply I would like to call this method. Simply method without argument. If you are not passing any arguments, by default what is the data is printed here? Tell me. Output 111 and Ratan will be printed. Why? Default values will be assigned, right? Default argument function. Good. For example, I called disp of what? 222. Then what is the output here? What is the output here? 222 is printed, Ratan will be printed. Here disp of, tell me disp of, I passed 333. Second argument I passed Anu. Tell me in this case what is the output here? 333 and Anu will be printed, right? That's it. See, if you assign the values, your values will be overriding. If you are not passing any values, then which values will be printed here? Default values will be printed. What are the default values for this one here? 111 and Ratan. This is called which data here? Come on, this is called which data? Obviously default data, right? That's it. That is a default argument function. This is called which function here? Default argument function. Clear now? If you are not assigning any value, by default it will take the default values. Here 222 means first will take the 222. What about second one here? Default value. If you are not passing anything, both are default. If you are passing both, these values will be overridden to these values, right? That is called a default argument function. What about second one here? Practically 1 or 2 examples I'll give. What is second one here? Keyword argument, right? What is second one here? Not keyword, I think. The second one is a required arg. No problem. Art is not important, right? Good. Second one is what? Required argument. Required argument means what? We have to pass all the required values. What is the second one here? Required argument, right? Good. Coming to the required argument, here you can call the def. Declare the function by using which keyword here? Def, right? Def here, I am declaring I would like to pass add function. Add expecting how many arguments? Obviously 2 arguments. Add of a comma b. Here simply how to print the data? Print of a plus b, right? That's it. Now I must pass the arguments. Add of 10 comma 20, we must pass the 2 arguments. Yes or no, here we must pass how many arguments? Add of 10 comma 20, a and b values. If you are passing, Ratan sir, I would like to pass add of 10. Add of 10, obviously it will generate what? Error. Why it generating error here? Because expected required arguments are how many? 2 required, we are passing 1 error message, right? For example, I would like to pass add of 10.5 comma 20.5. No problem. Expecting 2 arguments, right? Here you can pass the 2 arguments. Yes or no? Here I would like to pass add of, tell me here, Ratan comma Anu. Here also this one is also perfectly valid, right? This one's no problem. But here I would like to pass add of 10 comma 10.5. Both are same type of variable or different types of variable? Integer and float. But integer for both are comes at which part? Both are which comes at which part? Integer part, right? Sorry, both are comes at which part? Number, right? Yes or no? Both are comes at which part? Number. So that is reason addition is possible. For example, here if you are trying to call add of 10 comma double quotes Ratan. This one is what? Same type of data, different types of data. different data of data, you will get the error message. Why? In Python, addition of two different data types allowed or not allowed here? Not allowed. You will get the error message. Yes or no? This is called required argument. Required argument means what? Def function name, we have to pass the two arguments. While calling that function, we must pass the two arguments. Here I am passing one argument, error message. Two arguments float type, no problem. Two arguments string type, no problem. Because in Python we can combine same type of data but not different types of data. Good. Here 10.5 allowed because both are comes on which part? Number part. Here 10 comma Ratan is allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. But in Python it is not possible to add two different types of data, right? Good. Can you please check the both? One is the default argument. Default values are already there. If you assign the values, your values will be overriding. What is second one here? Required argument. What about required argument here? A comma B, we have to pass, must pass how many values here? Two values. Here you can pass the two values. This is called default argument. This is called required argument, right? Clear? Total how many argument types total? 4. Default arg, required arg, keyword arg. Fourth one is what? Variable argument, right? Good. Very clear? Theory. No, don't get bored. Hey, don't feel bored. Okay? If you are feeling bored, stop the video, go to the movie. No other option. See, if I am spending 10 hours means I will take the class only 1.5 hour. Sir, no, yaar, faculty. If I am spending 10 hours in the functions means I am able to give the 1.5 hour. That much hard work I have to do to give the better subject to you guys. See, always my focus is to give better subject. Okay, so try to subscribe and like the videos and comment the videos, right? Good. I hope you remember that points. Total 2 done, right? What is the third one here? Keyword argument. Coming to the keyword argument, the third one is what? You can pass the keyword argument. Coming to the keyword argument, here I would like to call which one? I would like to call, tell me what are the functions you have to pass. Here declare the function by using which keyword? Def keyword. Def you can call the disp eid comma, just I would like to pass ename, eid comma ename. Not a default argument, required argument, just it seems required argument, right? Good. To print the data, simply can go for which function here? Print function, print eid. In the same way, we can print what? Second one is also ename, right? Print eid and what? Ename. Clear? That's it. See, I would like to call the disp method. To call the disp method, disp of, while passing the argument, we have to specify the variable name also. Keyword argument. Keyword means eid is a keyword, right? Based on that keyword, you have to pass the data. eid equal what? 111, comma, ename equal what? Simply can write a Ratan. That's it. This is called which argument here? Keyword argument. Sir, no, yaar, this must be what? Keyword argument. See, while passing the keyword argument, the order of argument is not important. The order of argument is important or not important? Not important. You can give eid 111, ename Ratan. Otherwise, you can give what? Ename, ename equal what? Ratan you can give, no problem, comma, eid equal what? 222 also, no problem. Because while passing the keyword argument, the variable order is important or not important? Not important. We can pass any order. Okay, that's it. See, here I would like to pass disp of what? Disp of, here I would like to pass only ename. Ename of what? Just I am passing Ratan. Valid or invalid, obviously here it will generate error message. Why? Why it is generating error message? Here you have to pass how many arguments? 2 arguments. But here I am passing how many arguments? 1 argument. You will get which error message here? You get the error message, right? That's it. See, this is called keyword argument. Keyword argument means while calling the function, we have to use that keyword name. Employee ID equal what? Triple name, right? 111, right? That's it. See, for example, Ratan sir, here I would like to call 111 within the double quotes Ratan. This is just like what? Second type. What is second type? Required argument, right? This is a required argument type. Okay, keyword argument means we have to use the keyword eid equal 111, ename equal Ratan. Hey, no Ratan sir, I want pass 111 Ratan directly. That is called which argument? Required argument, right? We can pass, no problem. Yes or no, yaar? We can pass, no problem. Clear? That's it. That is called what? Your keyword argument functions. Good. The last one is what? The fourth type is what? Variable. Variable argument, right? Good. Coming to the variable argument function. What about variable argument function? We can pass n number of arguments. Variable data, right? Variable argument means what? We can pass n number of arguments. See, previous example we are passing 2 arguments, 3 arguments, right? Good. Variable argument means what? You can pass n number of arguments. What is syntax of declaring the function? Using which keyword here? Def, right? Def function name. I would like to go for the disp is a function name. Okay. Here simply can go for the star variable. Don't give a space here. Directly can write the things. Star var. Sorry, again space. Not a space. Star var. Here you can go to the colon. That's it. See, star represents what? Any number of arguments. Right? That's it. Inside the function to print the data, you can go for the for loop. You can, if you want for loop, you can check the flow control statements once. For I in var. So variable you are passing to I, right? Simply can go for the print I. That's it. So simply are passing your variable data into the I. For I in variable print I, right? That's it. So I would like to call the disp method. While calling the disp method, we have to pass n number of arguments. N number of arguments what? Here I am passing 10, 20, 30. Then value simply what? 10, 20, 30 will be printed. Yes or no, yeah? 10, 20, 30 will be printed. For example, if you are calling disp of, here you can pass the Ratan also, no problem. Ratan simply can pass on. This is which data? String data. That will be executed. Otherwise, you can call what? Disp of 10, Ratan also. See, don't think Ratan sir, here you have to pass only integer data or string data or any type of data. See, 3 are valid. Variable argument means don't think specific type. See, in Java we have the int dot, right? That is a variable argument. Int dot only which arguments? Integer argument. String dot variable argument. Introduce which version? 1.5 version. String dot means how many arguments? Only string arguments. You can type any number of arguments, but only which arguments? String argument, right? Good. But here star variable argument means what? You can pass integer, we can pass string, we can pass what? Mixed data. Clear? That's it. So that's all about whatever functions among. Right, clear? How many types of functions we have? 2 types. What are 2 types? User defined functions and predefined functions, right? Now we'll focus on user defined functions. See, predefined functions already implementations are there. Now we have to focus on user defined functions. The first point is what? Declare the function by using def keyword, write some code, call the function. Number 2 is what? If you don't want to write anything, simply can go to pass. Number 3 is what? Tell me here, what is number 3 point? Inner function. Declaring the function inside another function is called which function? Inner function. In the inner function, to represent the outer function variable, we are using non-local keyword, right? That's it. What is number 4 here? Return values. What are the return values? Function return value, we can return anything. Okay, if you are not returning anything, but if you are trying to hold the value, trying to print the value, by default it will store which value? None. Number 4, arguments. How many ways you can pass the arguments here? 4 ways. What are the 4 ways? What are the 4 ways? Number 1, come on here, number 1. Number 1 is which type? Default argument. Number 2 is what? Come on, number 2. Oh, I forgot. You forgot. Okay, number 2 is what? Required argument. Number 3 is what? Keyword argument. Number 4 is variable argument, right? That's it. Total how many points here? 5 points. Clear? So that's all about your theory regarding the function. Then when you start the practicals, so don't forget to check the practicals video. Most of the guys are not checking practicals. See, theoretical knowledge is not at all important. We have to focus on what? Practical knowledge. Okay, Clear? So thank you guys. Check the practicals. Thank you.